Mayor, I have my friendly amendment written up.
Sure, Vice
Okay.
Mayor.
So here is the friendly amendment to the motion, the original motion. That's more clean. Sorry, it keeps us. So here. This, okay. Direct staff to Direct staff to bring back proposed fire hazard mitigation measures to include, but not limited to, Section 4291 or Section 511A2, Section 4290, and evacuation route and plan. Find significant health and safety issues due to lack of evacuation plan and unjustified reduction of 30-foot setback. Is that good? And encourage smaller starter homes at this site for young families to meet the housing element goals to affirmatively furthering fair housing while meeting fire safety standards. Yeah,
What is that amending exactly?
amending the primary vote motion to find the project is not exempt from CEQA per AB 183. AB 183.
Even though our attorneys have said that it meets the qualifications for AB 130.
Correct.
Okay.
Because
My recommendation is to separate out those amendments. I think they're not necessarily related to the finding that the project is not exempt under AB 130. Maybe the reason that you're saying that the project is not exempt under AB 130 is that the site failed to adopt specific fire hazard mitigation measures in accordance with the requirements under Public Resources Code Section 21080.66 and Government Code Section 65913.4.
Yeah, I think the first item I added for adoption. So the staff to bring back proposed mitigation measures for adoption.
Right,
Because
that's
the
part of
reason is
direction
we
to
don't
staff.
have adopted mitigation measures.
A quick question. Could this be a post-entitlement issue?
No,
If you're
that's the
looking to
requirement
find that
for
the
CEQA.
project is not exempt
For
under
AB
CEQA, that is not a post-entitlement issue. That is a project level requirement.
Sorry, we're having a
we did
discussion
raise that.
before. Are you saying it is not a post-entitlement issue, Pam?
You're talking about right now that the project is not exempt under CEQA, which means that there needs to be an initial study and an environmental review determine whether any other exemption exists. And as a result, the project cannot move forward until that environmental review occurs and is completed. As a result, you will not meet the deadline for April 4th for this. That's the only thing that's on the floor right now. Everything else in those bullet points is secondary to this finding or this motion. Directing staff to bring back an item, that can be done by consensus. That doesn't necessarily need to be part of this motion. This motion is specific to the project.
Yes, but I am including them as part of the motion so that the motion is more defensible because the item 1 specifically points out we don't have adopted fire hazardous mitigation measures. So we are directing staff to bring that back, and that should include the evacuation route and plan, and we haven't done that.
Can we require that before the building permit is granted?
No,
And also,
the applicable
yeah.
standards are measured from the time the application is deemed complete. And so no matter what you do now, it's not going to apply to this project. That's separate and apart from AB 130. That is because they applied under a separate section of the housing law, under the Housing Accountability Act and SB 330. the application is deemed complete. All the standards that are applicable are as of the date that project is deemed complete, or the project application is deemed complete. So even if you do one now, it's going to apply to all future projects, but not this one.
So I was saying that these 3 items I think are necessary because item 2 point out that we have reduction of 30-foot setback based on justification that does not comply with law. So it's an unjustified reduction, and that creates fire and safety issue. And item 3 points out the density for this site with that meeting the fire safety standard is possible as long as there are smaller units. And these are the kind of units that actually provide starter homes for young families and better actually meet our housing element goal better because it provides variety, the missing middle housing that we don't have in that neighborhood. So I thought these 3 supports on the main motion. Can
Councilmember
vote.
Mohan?
If it doesn't pass, then we can talk about the approval.
Councilmember
You know,
Mohan?
if we're talking about encouraging smaller starter homes, that cannot be for this project. We're talking about another project. I cannot see the value in listing number 3. It's a whole new project you're talking about, Vice Mayor.
Well, if the project provides smaller 2-3 bedroom townhomes.
Yeah, but that's not what we have in front of us today.
Correct.
That is correct.
But the justification for not meeting the 30-foot setback is,
A project redesign is not justification for denying something under AB 130 or under the HHA, under HAA.
Thank you. I believe we've exhausted the deliberations on this motion. Madam City Clerk, will you please reset our vote panel and we can vote now?
So what are we voting on again?
oh,
No.
Don't you s-
the motion. Let me share it. So the main motion plus the friendly amendment. We're voting?
I don't have a vote for Councilmember Mohan or Vice Mayor Joe. Okay, the motion fails with Chow and Wong voting yes.
Okay,